Before lying down in semi-supine, just spend a moment finding quietness. Your mat is on the floor, the books are on the floor, you're just standing in front of them, pausing to come back to quietness. You're looking at whatever is in front of you, and with your peripheral vision, you might notice the mat and the books on the floor. And as you gaze goes to what is in front of you, just notice your feet being supported by the floor. Notice your breathing. Notice the space in front of you, behind you, above you, below you, and beside you. And only when you think you have come back to quietness, allow your eyes to be interested in the mat. They will be leading you into folding down onto the floor. The eyes will lead, the head will follow, the rest of the body will follow. Once you're on the floor, allow yourself a moment to receive the support from the floor. Your head is now resting on the books. The whole of your back is spreading onto the floor. Your legs are bent with the knees pointing towards the ceiling, and your feet are slightly apart. Your hands are resting on your tummy and they are not touching each other. You can choose to have your eyes open or your eyelids closed. You can also choose to do palming. So the palm of your hands will be covering your eyelids. Remember that as you're lying down on the floor, you're just observing. You're not trying to do anything. You're not trying to relax or let go of excessive tension. You're just observing and noticing and allowing the excessive tension to let go. As you're lying there, semi-supine, just enjoying the contact with the floor, enjoying being there. And as you're lying down with your eyes open or your eyelids closed, have a sense of the space above you. So you can either see or imagine the length between you and the ceiling. You can then sense the space between you and below you. So you can even imagine the length between you and the floor below, or the middle of earth below you. And of course, you might want to take into account the space beside you. So it could be the space at the side of your right arms and legs and leg, or the space beside you, left side, your left arm and your left leg. You might want to take into your space beyond your feet and the space beyond your head. And again, as you're allowing to receive the space around you, just enjoy it. Enjoy yourself melting even a little bit more into the floor. Enjoying, allowing yourself to trust that the floor will support you. You're not standing, and therefore you don't need to hold. You can just let go. And as you're lying down in semi-supine, you might want to be aware now of the sound that is in your room. The sound of my voice, the sound that comes maybe from other rooms in your house, the sounds maybe coming from outside. And again, just enjoy receiving the sound as you're still aware of yourself lying down on the floor. You might want to also awaken the smell sense. You might have flowers in the room. You might want to receive the smells from those flowers. There might be some good smells coming from the kitchen. Or you might notice the smell of your clothes. Again, you're not trying to smell, but you opening the possibility that there might be a smell in the room. Then you might want to be aware of the contact of your skin with your clothes. How does it feel? Is it a soft contact, soft texture? Is it a rough texture? Is it a pleasant sensation? Whatever it is, there is no right, there is no wrong. It's just you noticing and receiving. And as you're lying down, semi-supine, after waking up all the senses, I'd like now you to just draw your attention to your left foot, the left foot being in contact with the floor, the sole of the left foot being in contact with the floor. And notice if, as your attention goes to your left foot, notice if your mind has left the brain to go and sense your left foot. Or is it possible for you to sense your left foot, but still with mind in the brain? Still with you being aware of all your senses and all the space around you. And again, you then might want to notice the left side of your pelvis being in contact with the floor. Your left knee pointing towards the ceiling, lengthening away from the pelvis. You might want to say hello to the left side of your torso, which includes the left shoulder, an arm and hand. And then you might want to say hello to the left side of your neck and head, which include your left eye, your left ear, your left nostril, left side of your lips. And as you're saying hello to all these different parts of your body, notice if your mind is over focused on all those parts. And if so, just come back to remind yourself to include the other senses and the space around you. You now can say hello to the whole of your left side. Notice if this side is familiar to you. Notice if it feels comfortable or uncomfortable, or if there are parts that are more comfortable than others, just on this left side. And then when you're satisfied that you have spent enough time acknowledging the left side, I'd like to invite you to say hello to your right foot. And in particular, the sole of your right foot, which is in contact with the floor. And again, as you're saying hello to this right foot, notice if your mind is in the brain or if all your attention is now gone to the right foot. And now we're going to explore this right side. We can start sensing the right side of the pelvis, which is in contact with the floor. Your right knee pointed to the ceiling, away from your pelvis. The right side of your torso, which include your right shoulder, your right arm, your right hand, and the right side of your neck and head, which include your right eye, your right ear, your right nostril, your right side of lips. And this time you want to say hello to the whole of your right side, still with the mind in the brain. So you're noticing the right side, but you're still aware of your senses, of your surrounding. And as you're noticing your right side, notice if this side feels more familiar to you. How does it compare to the left side? Do you feel the same? Do you feel different? Just notice and observe and enjoy. And then, of course, now I want to join in those two sides. They're not really separate. The two sides that work together. And they join in at the middle, through the spine. You can almost imagine the spine being like a zip, bringing in the two sides. So remind yourself, yes, you have two sides, but they work together. And they love each other. And they are supportive of one another. And of course you can spend as long as you like noticing one part of one side, comparing it to the other side, but in a kind way, with love, with curiosity, with ease and no judgment. And in a moment, you will be coming up to standing, but you're going to do it with mindfulness. You're going to do it by taking with you all the good experiences being receiving from lying down on the floor. So you can start maybe wriggling your toes, wriggling your fingers, taking the palms away from your eyes if you were palming, blinking if your lids were closed. And then in your own time, remind yourself that you will be rolling to your right. And in order to do that, you will allow your eyes to start looking to the right, and then the whole of your left side will roll and roll until you get to all fours. And once you are on all fours, so like a cat or a dog, enjoy being four-footed. Enjoy the contact of your palms with the floor and your knees in contact with the floor. And of course, you also have your toes being in contact with the floor. Give yourself a moment to reorganize the whole of yourselves before you allowed your tail to lead the movement so that your bum will be moving in towards your heels. So you'll be sitting on your heels. And then from there, again, give yourself a moment before you do the movement. You will allow the crown of your head to lead the movement so that your torso will follow and you will come onto your knees. And then again, give yourself a moment to come back to quiet before you do the next movement. As you swing the right foot forward, allow your head to lengthen away in the opposite direction, so that you avoid taking the whole of your torso down towards your foot. And now you are in a new situation where your right foot is at the front and your left foot is at the back. And your left knee is in contact with the floor and your right knee is off the floor, with the lower leg falling down towards the floor. Now you have 2 points of contact. the front foot and the toes at the back. And now, in order to come up to standing, you allow the crown of the head to lead the movement so that you can tilt your torso slightly forward. Allow your feet then to bounce you off the floor. Then take a gentle walk and enjoy the rest of the day.